Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Not Now, Mom, I'm Gaming. My name is Kay, and in this episode, we'll be talking about the demo for Stalked at Home. This game was a doozy. This game was a hoozy doozy. And it's a reminder that not all demos are good. Not all demos have been playtested by the developers, and if they have, they've not been playtested very well. Because there are so many problems in this demo, it's not even funny. Clearly they were trying to do a game like Chilla's Art, maybe? Maybe not Chilla's Art. Oh, there's another developer that does games like this. I can't remember their name though. But yeah, it's vaguely reminiscent of other games that are like this, that are better. And this just, it didn't do it. It missed the mark. It missed every single target by shooting the arrow backwards. The blurb for this demo states, "This demo offers a preview of the beginning of Stalked at Home, letting players experience the first part of the story. In this short, self-contained section, you'll explore your home, perform normal daily routines, and begin to sense that something isn't quite right." Well, it's darn right about that last part. Something is not quite right about this game. A lot of somethings are not quite right about this game. And I'm not going to talk all that much, and we're just going to get into the actual podcast review. I am sitting here with my cat on the desk. We have my brother's dogs downstairs, so she's curled up on the desk, sleeping next to me. I think I keep bugging her, because whenever I talk, it wakes her up. And I get a little enthusiastic during this podcast, so oh well, she'll have to deal with it. She'll have to deal with it until the dogs are gone. Anyway, on to the review. Hey, Carol. Let's start with the title screen. We got a nice little cozy home, so some cozy homes. Winter setting, got a tight road where there's a police car and another car going by, and I'm pretty sure they scrape sides, so that's something. Yeah, and the police car has a headlight out, which is a little bit weird, but okay. I do like that there is movement to the title screen, so it's not just like a still image, a still background image with just the cars moving, basically. And you got the settings right there, which is just resolution, texture quality, and presets. So you don't actually go into a settings menu. I don't really mind that, honestly, even if they kept it for the full game. However, when you press play, you get the screen, and it's like, oh, I don't know why they had the screen like this, but again, it's a demo, so I'm gonna keep telling myself that, as well as you, because I have to keep telling myself that, because the game's just, I hope they fixed it in the full game. I'm pretty sure the full game is out right now. I didn't check. So we're dropped off by the bus in the middle of nowhere. It's cold outside, and we need a car to get to our house. And so we have the bright idea of speaking to a couple of guys over here, if they know where we can rent a car. If we're gonna rent a car, we gotta go somewhere. We gotta walk somewhere. Specifically, we have to walk to town, right? In order to get a car dealership? In order to rent a car? Also, going back toward the start, we are crooked. I don't know if we're on a hill, but it's a little bit jarring. But anyway, going back to the guys. It says LMC to talk. I don't know what LMC is. Left mouse click, maybe? Instead of left mouse button? And when you do talk to people, you have this large text box area, but the text isn't even inside of it. And the text box area isn't even on the bottom like it usually is in most visual novels. It's not a visual novel game per se, I guess. Yeah, I guess it kind of is. Like walking simulator. It's not. Anyway. So we have them talking and the text is above and outside the text box. And you do get choices. However, the choices are all basically the same. So there's really no difference in choosing whatever you want to choose. So for this choice, we have I'm looking to rent a car, know anyone. I need help finding someone who rents cars. And do you know where I can rent a car? They're all the same responses and questions, just said differently. I don't understand that. Like, thanks for giving us a choice to figure out how we want to say it, but it doesn't make a damn difference. And every time you go into a different conversation point, you get more choices. So every time someone has a different statement, you get another 3 choices to choose from. Instead of just, having them continue a conversation with you. You have to respond to every statement, to every question of theirs, no matter how much it doesn't make sense. And the amount of times you say thanks in this game because of this is absurd. Like, you are such a nice person. For instance, some of the choices you get are, thanks, where can I find James? And then, got it, I'll head over, thanks. Appreciate it, I'll talk to him. Thanks for the tip, I'll check it out. Or, will do, thanks again. Sure, thanks for the heads up. Got it, I'll mention you. And it's the same way for every single person you talk to. By the way, you can step on the fire and not get burned, which is amazing. Most times you step in fire and your character immediately falls over. But we are fireproof, baby. So in order to rent a car, we had to come over to James, which is just another random dude sleeping in a tent. I don't know why there are 2 random dudes here sleeping in a tent right by a bus stop, but hey, you know what? I guess if they run out of supplies, there's a road right there. Maybe that's thinking smart. So James goes, hey there, William sent you, right? Good to see a new face even in this cold. How did he know Williams sent us? Did he, hear us have a conversation? Did William send a text to him? Hey, this chick, just started talking to me about wanting a car. Can you have her rent a car? So this dude, James, rents cars. I wouldn't necessarily say that he rents out cars to people so much as he's got an old car and we can use it if we want. In order to use his car, he's got a couple rules, which are return the car as you got it and stick to the main roads, which is a little weird to me. We're renting a car because we don't have a car. So how are we going to bring the car back? Because if we bring the car back, then we don't have a car once again. Unless he assumes that we're going to use the car for a certain amount of time, bring it back, and get back on the bus to go wherever else we're going. He says, if you need help, come back here. I'm always by the fire with supplies. Are you kidding me? He's always by the fire with supplies? Do you never leave this place? I don't even know where supplies are. What supplies? You got enough food for you to eat, a sleeping bag, maybe a cell phone? You've got nothing, dude. Nothing. I did want to try out the run when I was heading to the car, and it turns out you don't run in this game. You just walk. I mean, the screen stretches out, so it kind of makes it look like you're walking faster, but no, you're walking at the same pace. The environment just stretches out in front of you. So no, there's no running. You're just walking. And you get kind of a different stretched out view. The car is probably the scariest part of this demo. When you get into it, it's rocking like crazy. So I don't know, the moment you get into it, there's an earthquake going on, or there's someone having fun in the back that we don't know about, or there's something wrong with the car that he's renting to us because he clearly wants us to wreck and die and then have his car back, I guess, to give it to another unsuspecting fool. But if you get the car stuck, I guess, you can reset it. I don't know where it resets to, so I'd be a little iffy to use that. Press space to exit, R to turn off and on radio. I actually like the radio on. I like the music that was going on. I'm not a huge fan of driving in silence, honestly. The only time I've actually noticed, and it's one time only, that I drove without the radio on was the fact that I was so mad coming home from work that I had such loud internal thoughts going on. I didn't realize the radio wasn't on. I was fuming that day. It's not often my thoughts are so loud that they drown out the possibility of a radio not being on and stuff. The lights don't actually turn on the headlights. They turn on some kind of interior lights. I don't know where this light is coming from. I think it's coming from the roof of the car, but I don't see a light there. It's just more lit up right there. I mean, I'm pretty sure our lights are on, but I don't know. And then we get an opening line. It says, "Hi, my name is Emily, and this is my story." We had to be told to press the left mouse button to move on. That's good to know. Most people do that anyway. Not a whole lot of people like to try to read something and have it move forward without their say-so. It all began when I was 21 years old. My parents called me one day and asked if I could come visit them for a week. It had been over a year since I last saw them in person. Sure, we talked every week over video calls, but it wasn't the same as being together. After thinking about it for a bit, I decided to go. 2 weeks later, I packed my things and headed to their house. Since I don't own a car, I'm not working right now. I took the bus to get there. Once I arrived, I realized I'd need a car for the week. With a little bit of the money I'd saved, I rented one. Okay, there was no exchange of money with that guy, by the way. During that week, I met 2 really kind people who helped me when I needed it most. They made the trip unforgettable. Now, I'm on my way back home, reflecting on everything that happened. I don't know who the 2 people are, unless it's the 2 people that were in the tents, because that's the only people that we've met so far. And only one of them was helpful, because he's the one that rented the car to us. This ramshackle, shaky-ass thing. That's a death trap. That's how I ended up here, and as you join me on this journey, you'll uncover the rest of the story. So we visited our parents already, and now we're headed back home? To our home? Is that what I'm thinking? That's right? That's what she said? We do need to refuel for a gas station. There is a building here that I wanted to check out, but there's absolutely, it's just an empty building. I don't know why there's an empty building just sitting on the side of the road. Like, hey, come over here and look at me. And then you go in there and there's nothing to look at. There's nothing to look at all. Cool. I just got out of my car, my rental car, in the cold to look at nothing. It could have been like, at least been graffiti or something, come on. No one leaves a building all alone like that, as a blank slate. Happily, we see a gas station, and we have to pull into the designated area. These designated areas have like, kind of a gray silhouette to them. And this one isn't that hard to see, but later on in the game, it's a little bit difficult to notice certain things. So we park our car, get out. This car like does some kind of wonky thing. It starts jumping around. I guess I didn't park it correctly and it was trying to fix itself. This tall person comes up to me. We are short or they are tall. I don't know which. And we go through the choices again. Thanks. They just walked up to me and asked me if I needed some help. I don't need help. It's a gas station. I'm going to get gas in my car. Like, it's a weird thing to say, even for a worker at this place. Like, don't ask for help. Ask if you want them to handle the fuel or something. Which he says, it's freezing out here. Do you want me to handle the fuel? And of course, we agree and say we want some coffee. He says, coffee machine is inside the shop. When we start to walk away, they ask, how much should I fill it up? Like, don't they normally just fill it full? I'm sorry for asking that, because you really look at the choices. The choices are full tank, please, fill it up, thanks, or top it off, please. So yeah, just fill it up. Do your job. And before we walk away, they say, this might take a moment. By the way, there's a coffee machine inside the building if you need a quick wake up. We already asked where the coffee was. And now he's reminding us, hey, there's a coffee machine in there. Like, yeah, I know. I wanted to check out the bathroom, see if there was anyone in the stalls. There's not. The bathroom is fairly clean, you know? And there's a lot of stalls in this place, despite it being like out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, how often do they have, what, 6 people coming in here to use a bathroom? Dang, man. When you step into the gas station, you're kind of accosted by the person working the counter, and it's fine. But all these people that we've met so far are so nosy. They all want to know where we're going. What's the reason for our drive? How long are we gonna be on the road? Like, y'all are suspicious as fuck. I understand making small talk, but how do you know I'm gonna be a while on the road? Why do you want to know where I'm going? This game is called Stalked at Home. I don't trust anyone. Meandered around the gas station a bit, just looking at different stuff. I mean, it's not really anything to see. I guess it's a normal looking shop for these types of games. And then I get to the door over here, and I'm like, I wonder if this opens to a back area or something. And it does. However, the door doesn't door properly. A door does not open like that, like a plank in the middle of the doorway. I can't jump up on it. I tried doing that. Ironically, it's sitting like a plank like this means that it is still closed. You have to interact with it again in order to open it. Because you can't jump on top of it, I learned. Instead, when you open it, it swings down. And when it swings down, you can step into the middle or something and then close the door again and you will be standing on the door. So that's fun. Otherwise, there is nothing in this back room really to look at except a clock that has a backwards face on it. And then I guess some stock, but there's nothing else to look at. I tried figuring out the coffee machine and it's super confusing. I don't know how I got it to work. I pressed E, which is mostly interact. I pressed E on every little thing beside the coffee machine and it wasn't doing anything for me, and I almost stopped the game here because I couldn't do anything. You have to get coffee in order to progress the game. And I don't know if I was standing too close to the coffee machine, but eventually a cup appeared there, I think. I mean, I even went behind the counter to like ask him, hey, what's up? I can't get your coffee machine to work, but yeah, I was a good distance away when the coffee cup showed up in the machine, and then I had to wait a little bit of interacting for it to actually finish and put a cap on it. And once it's done, you can carry it out. When we leave the gas station, the toll person comes up to us and says it came to $50 total. Pretty reasonable today, huh? I feel like for that stupid ass car, that is a whole lot of money for a refill. For a normal car, I got at Trax, and my car is like $32 or something to fully fill up from empty. So $50 is a bit much, I think. And I didn't even see a sign for what the gas prices were over here, so I guess that's my fault, but hey, if we're running on empty, we gotta get gas, right? Get back on the road, and it becomes an hour later. Now, during this hour later, we have a portion of a notepad sticking to the left side of the screen. All I can read is Ixing. I don't know if we're fixing or remixing. I don't know what we're doing. But then we also have our phone. And I wonder how long we've been holding our phone. Because we're still driving. Don't text and drive, people, okay? And we're talking to Babe. Heart emoji. When we bring up the phone, the texts say, "Good morning, I can't wait to see you. One more day, I didn't saw you for 6 days. My mom told me to stay. You can't stay at your mother's house because there have been thieves on the streets lately. Oh right, you won't be home for 2 weeks, I forgot about that. Also, is it safe to be home alone in this neighborhood? Yes, I had to see my family. Don't worry, it's okay. If anything happens, message me." So our boyfriend is going out of town to see his parents for 2 weeks. And we're asking if it's safe to be home alone in this neighborhood. Isn't this where our house is? Isn't that what she just keeps saying? I'm gonna go home, and technically I think this is our boyfriend's house. So I don't think it's our home. It's his home. The game's really confusing about that. Anyway, you can't put your phone down for the rest of this demo. You're just stuck holding it. And you don't get any more text. It's just, that's all you get. That's what you can read. You can't read anything else. All you can do is see babe and good night on the phone. When we get to some houses, we yell, I can see my house. Here's my house. And I'm just like, where? Where's our house? Our house does not stand out at all. Like maybe if it was painted white in a neighborhood of brown, it'd be more noticeable. The parking spot is behind a bunch of snow piles, meaning we had to drive over the snow piles and park in the appropriate location. There's a shed, so I go over and wander this way to see what's inside, and there's a fridge, a washing machine, and a dryer. We got a closet, and I don't even understand this. Storage space. It feels like this is a second place for someone to sleep in, but it's not big enough for a bed or anything like that. It's just extra storage space. And this fridge doesn't work, by the way, so I suppose it's perfectly fine to have out here for, to put food that doesn't need to be refrigerated. I feel like if you were going to have a lot of parties, this is the thing to do. Or at least have a lot of people staying the night over, have extra laundry machines out here. Where's the power outlets? Alright, so even though it's our house, we have to knock on the door because it's not our house. It is our boyfriend's house. It's a little funny because he's conversing with us while we're outside in the cold weather, saying like, how was your week? Did you do anything fun? Like, can I come in the house first so we can have this conversation? Why do I have to freeze my booty off in order to talk with you? Like, let me in first. Hey, honey, nice to see you. Come on in. Instead, we're getting interrogated on how our day was while we stand outside in the winter weather. So yeah, it turns out he's packing a suitcase for the week. He won't be around. He's flying to New York to visit his parents. He goes every year to spend time with them. It makes me wonder how long we've been together, because wouldn't we know that if we spent more than a year with him? I didn't catch this before on my first playthrough. My only playthrough, this playthrough. But he says, you can take a shower while I finish packing. There are clean clothes in the closet and a towel at the bathroom. Because let me tell you, I was looking all over the place to figure out what to do. Also, he restates that I'm going to my mom's place in New York to visit them. I try to go every year. He literally just told us that. I don't know if he has, like, memory problems, there's something going on, if he's stressed about it, he just forgot he told us. And there are strange people still hanging around the neighborhood, so that's fun. I'd still recommend staying indoors for a bit, don't go out too long, keep the door locked. He says if anything feels off, you can always call me. If something feels off, people, call the police. Don't call your parents, don't call your boyfriend, don't call your girlfriend. Call the police. I didn't have my phone on me once. My mom was calling. She's like, I'm glad I wasn't having an emergency when I tried to call you. I was like, well, I hope if you were having an emergency, you'd call 911, not your daughter. I'm just saying. Like, them first, and then family. Can I just say, this is such a tight corner to go into another hall. And actually, we go from the kitchen to the garage, because those are definitely garage doors. And then a hallway that connects to the bathroom and a bedroom. This is such a weird house layout. So I went into the bathroom and it tells us I forgot something. It doesn't tell us what we forgot though. Clearly, from before, I need to get clothes. But you would think it'd remind you of what you forgot. And I even look into the closet and see the clothes. And I think I interacted with them, but it didn't do anything. Maybe I wasn't close enough or something. The entire time I'm trying to figure out what to do. He's sitting on the bed like this, and I feel him. This is how I feel when playing this demo. Oh my goodness. I didn't even get a migraine. I am super impressed when playing this demo. I mean, it didn't involve like a whole lot of thinking power that kind of produces migraines, but it was more like trying to figure out what to do, not knowing what to do. We got a notepad on the left. It's not telling us anything except Xing. We got a closet out in the shed with clothes that I can't use. We have laundry on the shed that I can't open or do anything with. I ended up going back into the bedroom closet I'm clicking on a shirt and it says this shirt is not for today. Does she have specific colored shirts for each day of the week? And then another shirt says I want to take something else. So she wants the dark blue shirt, not the black, not the green, not the red. Okay, fine, whatever. I take the black shirt, no, the dark blue, my bad, into the bathroom, and it still says I forgot something. So I can't put this shirt down anywhere. I have to go back to the closet, look up, and I think those are jeans. At the top, those are a lot of jeans. I'm sorry, let me count the amount of jeans we have compared to shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The one we're holding, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 pants. We do not have nearly that much shirts in this area. I mean, like, I guess all throughout the house and the shed, it could be possible, but oh my god. Why do we have so many pants? Anyway, I grab those, go into the bathroom, says I need to put my clothes on something flat and not dirty in the bathroom. Well, I'm sorry, but a toilet seat shouldn't be dirty, like the top of it, and it is flat. I normally put my clothes on the toilet seat or on the bathroom sink. Obviously, there's a towel there. It wants you to put it on the part of the bathroom sink that doesn't have anything on it. After removing clothes, I had another little dilemma. So we can't leave the bathroom, obviously, because we don't have any clothes on right now. And although our boyfriend has probably seen it before, we don't prance around like this. I tried turning the bathroom faucet on and even noticing the overhead shower head and trying to turn it on. No. You have to jump into the bathtub and then close the curtains. And that's when the shower turns on. Mind you, we're still holding our phone. I don't think phones should have water drenching them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe there are some phones that are fine with it and waterproof, like good for you, but not everyone has those. Apparently this character does though, so it doesn't affect anything. And I don't know if our character is super nervous about the neighborhood people, that she has to hold her phone in case something does happen and she can call Babe really quickly. But he's still here. He hasn't left yet. There's a loud sound. Babe is not answering us when we call for him. I didn't want to leave the shower because I knew there was a jump scare coming up. But we interact with the towels first in order to dry ourselves off. We hear another sound. And this time when she talks, like the text kind of jiggles, which I like that effect. That means like she's really nervous. Of course, I'm a coward and I jump back in the shower because, again, I know there's a jump scare coming up. I don't play these games for a reason, okay? I interact with my clothes, put those on. Babe is not in the room. And because I'm a nice person, I shut all the doors that I had opened. I mean, I should have done that in the first place. I distract myself because the TV isn't working. I don't think he paid his cable bill. And I know I'm going to dread this moment, so I just turn around and open the door. And oh my god, he scares me so much. I'm not one to scream or anything. Like, I don't do jump scares like that. It's more like a sharp and take a breath on my end. I honestly hate content creators that scream whenever there's a slight noise or a jump scare or anything like that. It's so over the top. It's too much. They're too much. But you can definitely see me jumping because the mouse goes everywhere. And the thing is, I was like, I knew there's a jump scare coming up somewhere. I just didn't know where. I thought it'd be later in the kitchen or something. We tell him about the noise, but he brushes it off. Like, oh, it was my suitcase, slipped off the bed. Oh yeah, the floor has been creaking a lot lately. I accidentally threw my bag, it hit the table pretty hard. Like, no. No, we are not hearing the same noise. So we're like, didn't you hear me? He said, sorry, I was packing and didn't hear when I was calling for him. I think he's gonna be in on this stalked at home ordeal, because he is so shady right now. So he says the taxi is here, and I choose I'll walk you out. And then he just leaves. He just doesn't even wait for us to walk him out. And he's got this huge ass suitcase that he's carrying one-handed. It is more than half his body. And I don't know how many clothes he's packed in there, but wow. I mean, it clips through his body. I don't really care about that, but it's just the size of the dang thing. Well, I'm not one to leave my boyfriend to walk out into a taxi alone, so I follow him out there in hopes for maybe a hug. I mean, he is leaving. We are his girlfriend. Like, dude, come on. It was really awkward. I was running into him asking him for a hug, and it took him a moment to actually say something. Eventually he says, come here, let's hug before I go. And I chose the hug option, and he just immediately gets into the taxi and gets driven off. We did not get our hug. He is breaking up with us right now. I think he bribed these people to come stalk us at home, and he's going to his parents' house as an excuse to get away from us, so it will happen. Cause ain't no boyfriend gonna be shady like that and like have feelings for us. I wanted to get in my car and leave, but our character's like, I need to close the front door. Fair enough. When we go back inside, we're hungry and so we want something to eat. There's a recipe on the refrigerator door. If you get close to the recipe note, you can't see it, but if you step away from it, the text like becomes a bit clearer. It's really weird. But once you grab the note from the fridge, you can press escape and you have an inventory. You can only carry one thing in your inventory. So we have a spaghetti recipe right now. The ingredients we need are tomatoes, tomato paste, and spaghetti. This is where the fun part of the game came into play. As if it's not already been so much fun. So I can't grab the tomatoes because my hands are full, which means I gotta go into my inventory and I have to drop the note. Don't worry, you don't need to be holding the note to know what to get for the items you want to eat. The ingredients are still up there right next to the other freaking notepad that we don't need. And on the counter, there's actually those gray silhouettes I was talking about earlier at the gas station with the car. And they're really hard to see right here. I wish they could have made it a little bit clearer. Because I don't know at this point where to put the tomatoes. Because I don't think I saw the silhouettes. Which means I just dropped the tomatoes onto the floor. This is probably the best part of the demo right here. So I go into the shed where there's another fridge where it's holding the tomato paste as well as spaghetti. I take out the spaghetti, and when I drop it, my character flings it off into the distance. Literally just fires it away. You need that spaghetti in order to progress the game. And the thing is, once I threw it out there, I could not find the spaghetti. It was nowhere to be found. And even though there are other spaghetti packets inside this fridge, I can't grab another one. It won't let me. So I grabbed the tomato paste, dropped it onto the floor of the house, went back to the shed, tried to grab the other spaghetti container, and I couldn't. This is the part where I looked all over the place for this spaghetti container that I flung out the door. And it's just nowhere. I have no idea where it went, if it just flew off into the distance and never stopped flying, or it got lodged in the logs so I'd never be able to find it even if I wanted to. I finally figured out where the silhouettes were, so I put the tomatoes up there. And then I couldn't pick up the tomato paste because my hands were full. I just placed the tomatoes down. There's nothing in my inventory. My hands are not full, unless it's counting the fact that I'm holding my phone, in which case I can't put my phone down. So no, my hands are not full. I cannot pick up that tomato paste, and the spaghetti is long gone. Therefore, I cannot move forward with this game. However, we're not done yet. Because after another thorough search of the area for that darn spaghetti, I decided that it wasn't happening. I wasn't going to be able to find the spaghetti. And I did something to hit an invisible wall. This invisible wall made it so I could not get back inside the house. So the demo ends here, where I cannot pick up the tomato paste because my inventory is full, despite the inventory not being full. I cannot get the spaghetti because it's done poofed out of existence. And now I've hit an invisible wall where I can't get back into the house and the door is open. Great. That would be the demo for Stalked at Home and the end of this podcast episode. I'm interested in what you guys think of this demo so far. I am pretty sure that the game is out because I haven't done the intro for the podcast, so I haven't looked at the actual store page. I will say, demos are hit and miss, but also game devs, playtest your games for God's sake, because ain't nobody want to play an actual game that's gonna be like this. However, I have considered playing the full game because this demo was a riot. I had a lot of fun in chat going through the different things, and there is going to be a playthrough of it, so that's fun. But I needed to get a podcast of this demo out of my system, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. I hope you enjoyed the interesting aspect this demo offers. And if you have played the actual game, please tell me what it's like. Tell me it's better than this. And don't get in too much trouble when you say, "Not now, Mom. I'm gaming."